Hi everyone, and welcome to Facebook Groups, everything that you need to know about Facebook Groups. This is a live session, and for those of you that can't make it tonight, hopefully you'll enjoy the recording as well. So, just to find out whether you are on the call, if you want to just give me a hello, and I know whether you are here or not. So Steve, hi, welcome. It's great. Hi, Mary. Here we go. Fantastic. Yeah, just pop yourself in, let me know that you're here, and we'll conduct the session. Sure, it's pretty hot today, and it's going to be getting dark soon. The way that the session is going to go today is you do have the chat box. It's on your right-hand side for those of you that don't know. If you have any questions during the session, please don't hesitate to ask the questions as we go along, and I will try and answer them as much as possible. What I might do is a bit of a chunk of the training, and then come back and check the questions and things like that, because we'll move from this screen to the live Facebook screen. So hi Sabine, hi Thomas, welcome. I've got you all here. Great, guys. Nice to see you. Shall we get started? So the object of the session today is to make sure that you understand everything there is to know about Facebook groups. And the way that we're going to do that is in live training. So we're going to form a Facebook group, and I'm going to show you how to do that. What I might do is give you an opportunity while I'm doing it to just quickly go and do a little bit of work in forming a group for yourself. We won't spend too much time on that. You will need to go and do quite a bit of work yourself. I want to go through what the roles of the admin are, and I want to go through what your role is if you are in a Facebook group and what the expectations are. And then, as I said, as we go along, if there are any questions or anything that you need to know, just ask. I do cover this stuff quite in depth. So here we go. I'm swapping screens at the moment, and I'm hoping that you're going to see the screen here. So let's do that, and let's do that. So right now you should be able to see the Facebook, my Facebook page. This is my personal Facebook page. If you're looking for any groups, you'll find it down on the on your home page on the left-hand side. Now, before I do this, I just want to check that if I do this, you can actually see the screen. So I'm going to come out of here, and if you can just type in whether you can see the screen or not, that would be great. So can you see Facebook when I click over to Facebook? Just give me a big yes. Guys, I'm not seeing any yeses. Can you pop yes? So right now on my screen, you should be seeing like a multiple of screens with the chat box and everything else. Can you see that? Anyone? Okay, I see yeses. Okay, here we go. So here we go. So this is your Facebook page. If you're looking for your groups, you'll find it down on your left-hand side. If you've ever created groups or if you've joined groups, generally what happens is you should find some groups. And the reason for that is a lot of people will create groups and then just invite people into the groups. So we're going to start with these are all the groups that I'm in at the moment, all the groups that I manage, and these are groups that I'm in at the moment. Some of them I've just been invited to. So when you create, and we will go through the etiquette of that, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, etc. So when you create a group, it's up at the top over here. And you'll start off with giving your group a name. Now, guys on the call, I'm going to apologize, but I'm going to actually call this group Women in Business. Okay. And to start a group, you have to add at least one member of the group. So Sabine, I know you're on the call at the moment. I'm actually going to invite you to the group. And then you'll see that Facebook will suggest other people that I can invite. I will invite Lynn. I know that you're on the call at the moment. And sorry, guys, I'm not inviting you right now. I apologize. I'm just going to show you how this works. I only needed to invite one person to start the group. And I can invite people by email as well. So I can put email addresses in, and I can invite people that are not necessarily Facebook friends of mine, but they are in networking groups, or they are friends on LinkedIn, or whatever it is. I can add them in here. I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on this section over here, because a lot of people get confused with all of this. And I want to stop and go through this in a bit of detail. So if you click public for your group, it means that anybody can see everything and anything that's in the group. So they can see your profile photo, the actual profile photo. They can see the people that are in the group. They can see all the posts that are in the group. They can't comment or anything until they've actually joined the group, but they can see everything going on in the group. Now, generally people will have public groups if, for example, they want to get more, or they'll make their group public if they want to get more members on board. And if it's something that they don't necessarily mind sharing with the rest of the world, you'll find MLM groups and marketing groups tend to be quite public, and they just pump. And that's why you'll see that on your timeline sometimes you'll be having people that are in the group. You can see everything that's going on in from a particular group. The reason for that is because the group is public. Okay. Then you get closed groups. I particularly like closed groups, but all of these are obviously, there's a place for each one of these groups. A closed group, what you can see in it is you can see the profile photo, you can see who's in the group, but you can't see any activity in the group at all. So you'll be able to see who's joined the group, but nothing other than that. And all activity is closed to everyone. To join a closed group, you have to be invited, or you have to have the URL of the group, so the address of the group up here, to be invited. I particularly like closed groups where, for example, so this group, Women in Business, would be a closed group because we don't want all the men to see what's happening in this group. We only want women, and we only want women to see. So closed group would be the best thing over here. Things like if you are, for example, running a training session and you're creating a group where only the members of that training session would come in, then you would create a closed group. By the way, I'm happy to create a group for this training session as well. So that would be a closed group. If you are running a particularly difficult topic that you want to have discussions about, so for example, bedwetting, or how to get rid of acne, or teenage acne, or trying to think of a few little odd ones, things that are quite personal, but you're still helping people in the process, and the people in the group are in the same situation, so they're happy to be in the group, but they don't want everybody seeing their comments. They just want to be helping each other. Those are closed groups. A secret group is a group, and this is actually a really fantastic thing that Facebook do. Secret groups, and I've set them up for companies, if they don't have a way of communicating amongst them, a different kind of a platform, and there are a few out there, they can create a secret Facebook group and they can communicate amongst one another. Secret groups can't be found on Facebook. They can only be, well, you can find them secret, but you can only get into them through the URL, and obviously through invite. you can't really find them on Facebook. There are certain programs that can find them, but on Facebook, they're really difficult to find. So that is the different kinds of groups that you want to create. For this particular one over here, so secret groups, you can't even see the members of the group. You can't see who's in the group. You can't see what's been discussed. It's very difficult to get into a secret group. Absolutely fantastic if, as I said, you have a company, or for example, if you are creating projects together and you want to discuss them, or you're creating programs and you want to discuss it between only specific people. So I'm going to create this as a closed group. And Facebook are going to tell me, so they're allowing me to create Women in Business. And that means that that name hasn't been taken yet for the group. Now, just in terms of naming your group, make sure that you name it something that is exciting for people to come to and people to want to join the group. Facebook will give you some icons, and I think the wine is appropriate for Women in Business. So I'm going to add the wine there, and this is what's going to happen. So Facebook will immediately tell me that I need to personalize my group, upload a photo. I need to add group information. I need to add an icon, which I've done already, which was the wine. And I need to add a cover photo. So help tell your story of the group. So let's go through this here. So immediately, because I've created the group, I'm the admin of the group. And I remain the admin of the group unless I decide to give up admin and pass it over to somebody else. And I'll talk more in detail about admin. So to upload a photo, very easy. I'll click on upload. I'll go to groups and create a cover. Now, or upload a cover. Now, before the session, I did create this cover already. And I just wanted to show you that a cover doesn't necessarily take the same dimensions as the dimensions used to be 851 by 315. It's a little bit smaller than that. The 851 across is correct, but it's not 315 anymore. So you might want to go at 300 down this way. The important thing with the cover is that it tells you what the group's name is. So pop it into the cover, because if people are coming to visit a closed group, the cover should be attracting them. And this is something that a lot of people don't necessarily do, but you can pop your rules into the cover as well, because many people don't necessarily go into the description and have a look at the rules of the group. So I'm going to save changes over here. And you'll see that I've popped in here, no spamming, no affiliate links, give advice in the area of your expertise, and links to your website and social profiles are accepted. Now you'll see that this is popping up over here. So when you do the cover, make sure that it doesn't cover any of this particular information over here. All right, so that's something I'll have to go back and fix up. But I did want to show you that because there are changes in Facebook, and they have put a few more icons and things over the covers. Right, so now we have a cover, and you'll see Facebook is giving me a ticket saying you've added the cover, you've added the icon, add a description. It's very, very important for you, if you're an admin of a group, to take the time and write a description for a group. It is only fair because when you are creating a group, when people are visiting the group, they need to know what they can and can't expect in the group. So really write out a good description, write out what the group is about, write out what you can and can't do in the group, write out the expectations, pop it in here, and then we'll save it. So this group is for women in business to share their expertise with one another. And now I will go in, I will come back into this group and do a lot more over here. But as I said, very important to put in this stuff that I've put up top here to make sure that it is in here as well. And I'm now going to save that. So you'll see immediately, it tells me that Lynn and Sabine are actually in this group already because I've invited them. Be very, very mindful of who you're inviting into groups and just pulling people into groups. And you're going to be quite surprised if you actually go and have a look at all the groups that you're in. I think you'll be quite surprised at how many groups you're in without ever having requested to be in a group. And you might want to, after this training session, go and do a cleanup of the groups. And I'm going to give you a really quick way of doing it towards the end of the training. So it's telling you here we've got 3 members. It's a closed group. Now, where I said that information, it would come the about the group. It would come over here, and there would be a certain amount, and it'll say read more if I had more. If I wanted to add other people into the group, and I am going to, and I might, and in fact, I will do this because I'll show you how to remove it. So, Thomas, I hope you don't mind, but I'm going to add you into the group here. And so I've got Thomas in the group, okay? And I can set tags over here to tell people what this group is about. So I've got the group name. It's telling me it's closed. And let's go over here. So any member can add or approve members. Now, depending on, I would leave it like that for the moment while your group is growing. But be very mindful of the members in your group. So as an admin, your role is to make sure that members in your group are abiding by what your expectations are of the group. So it is kind of structured when you talk about Facebook groups, because you do want people to abide by whatever is happening in the group. If you don't as an admin, then you're going to come across a lot of problems where you will have to be kicking people out of groups, banning them from groups, and really it's not a nice job, especially as your group grows. Now, your group can stay as small as you need to, and that happens mainly in secret groups because they are formed specifically for projects, as I said, or for companies as a means of communication, etc. But closed groups and especially open groups tend to really expand quite quickly, and it becomes a nightmare of a job for admin. So you might come to this point here and change it. So I see Thomas has jumped in here and he's posted. So let's have a look. Yes, you are, Thomas. You are officially a woman in business. Thank you for doing that, Thomas. I appreciate it, because I'm going to use that and I'm going to show you how to do a few things over there. So let's go back into set tags and let's go over here. So again, keep it like this while you're growing the group. But if your group gets really, really big, I would expect that you change this. And yes, any member can add members, but an admin must approve them. So that means that they'll sit pending until an admin approves them. The other reason I would also change it to this if, for example, you created a group specifically like we're doing now for a training session, and only the people that were on these training sessions were allowed in the group. Because sometimes the name of the group, and people see that you're interacting in a group, there'll be like a little thing on the side that says you've posted in a group, but it won't say what you posted if it's in the closed section. So people get curious, they come to the group, they want to join the group, but if they haven't been in a training session, well, then you don't really want to approve them because it's a select group. So if it's select, make sure that your admin must approve them, and you can decline people. Now, anyone else that's in this training session, would you mind having a look at Women in Business and searching for it? And would you please send a would you please ask to be invited to the group? And that would be lovely from a training perspective, and I can show you what's happening. Now I can set up a group address. So I can call this group Woman in Business. Actually, let's do it with a woman. Whoa, woman. And I'll set the address. And it's telling me that Woman in Business is not available. Now, I really don't like to use underscores, but I'm going to in this case. And let's see if that helps. Okay, so I can only include letters, numbers, and a period. Okay, let's just try this without the capitals. Okay, definitely not available. So let's call it Woman in Business 1. All right, it's allowed me to do that. That means that if you're looking for this address over here would be up at the top here. Let's refresh and see if it comes up. Okay. Oh, gosh. Am I silly? All of that, and I haven't saved it yet. Okay, so going over here, this is your description. Members can see the description. If it's set to open or closed, potential members, that means that people that are not members yet can definitely see a description of a group. And that will tell you whether you want to join a group or not. Again, make sure your description is really, really powerful so that if you do want specific people joining the group, that they'll join the group, etc. Now, I can put descriptive words here, so I can put words like business. Be careful of this because whatever the word is that I put in, Facebook pages will come up over here, magazines, pages, etc., public figures. If I choose these, the tags will go back to those businesses. So just be a little bit careful with that. Okay. Now, posting permissions, it says your members and admins can post to the group, or only admins can post to the group. I personally can't ever see a reason why only admins should be able to post to a group. If you really want this group to be dynamic and you want this group to grow and you want this group to interact and partake of things, I would definitely have members and admins posting to the group. But even if you're an admin and you're posting to the group, members can still partake of the post if you do this one over here. So if you really want to partake of the post, then that's the way. Now I'm getting a lot of guys asking to join the group, which is awesome. Hi guys, Stephen, and I'll go and have a look now. And it says your post approval, all group posts must be approved by the admin. I honestly wouldn't necessarily be ticking this unless you find that your group is getting totally out of control. It will happen. If your group grows, it might get totally out of control, and then you might want to click this and go, I want to approve every single post that comes in, especially if you have unruly members. But if you do have unruly members, there would be other ways of handling them. And to be very honest, if you're getting to the point here where you're feeling like you're out of control as an admin of the group, then I would add other admins to the group. So I would make other people an admin of the group. I'm going to save this, and hopefully if I do a refresh now, still not giving me the address at the top. So let's go back down. Let's make sure it's saved. Okay, let me go into, so I'm going now back to the front page, and what you're going to see over here is I've had 2 requests to join the group. So I have Stephen and I have David that have asked to join the group. Now I can go either tick and add or ignore them. And if I ignore, sometimes what happens, so this is a role that you would play as an admin of the group, right? Sometimes as an admin of the group, you might see somebody wanting to join a group that you know is a closed group for a particular purpose. I generally will go and click on the person's name, go to their Facebook page and give them a little message and tell them the reason why they can't join the group. That way you're still keeping the relationship open, especially if it's a friend of yours, etc. So just out of interest, why can't I see the requests coming in if members can approve new requests? Okay, so this is an admin function. Sabine, great question, thank you. This over here is an admin function, and only an admin can see this, not just a member. So when we say that a member can't approve new requests, a member can only write on the wall over here. So a member can only post posts if we've ticked that little button to say that a member can post. But a member of the group cannot see this over here. Only an admin can. All right. Does that answer your question, Sabine? You can actually type it over here if you want to. All right. Does that answer your question? She's switching between the two screens at the moment. So David and Stephen, I am going to ignore your request, and you'll see what's happening as it's disappearing over here, and I'm going to ignore. Now, as an admin, I realized that I have added Thomas on here, and I shouldn't have, because he's a guy. I really don't want any guys in this group. Now, you don't go over here. So this is where you'll go to delete a post, pin a post. You can delete and remove the user over here, and you can turn on notifications for this particular post. But what you can also do, so if you want to clear your groups really, really quickly, if you go over here, and now only admins can see this part here. So you as a member, this part here, you as a member won't be able to see this. Sorry, I lie. You'll be able to see the members of a group. You will, but you won't be able to do what I'm going to do now. So if I want to, you see the little icon down here? I'm going to go to Thomas, click on that, and I can either make him an admin or remove him from the group. If I remove him from the group, I can block him permanently, or if I just remove him from the group, Thomas has the right to come back to this group, and he will find it. He'll come back to the group, and he'll be able to, I'm going to cancel because Thomas has got a question here. He'll be able to come back to the group, and he'll be able to ask to join again if I've removed him. Please let me stay. Okay, I'll let you stay. In fact, what I'm going to do, Thomas, is I'll make you an admin of the group. How's that? So let's go back there. So going in as a member, and we're going to go over here, and I am going to make Thomas an admin of the group. So as a group admin, Thomas will be able to edit the group settings, remove members, and give other members admin status. So let's make him admin. Now, as an admin, as an administrator of the group, when you've created it, be very, very careful of who you make an admin in a group. And so part of your role as an admin is to not, like I've just done with Thomas, to not just make him an admin. The role for you is to make sure that you have a discussion with him beforehand. So I would have a discussion with each of you beforehand to make sure that you were happy to be an admin, first of all. I would discuss with you what the expectations are of this group, because if the groups grow and there's a lot of activity going on in the group, then the admin roles become more demanding, is the word that I want to use. It's very, very demanding to control groups, and you do have to kind of be on your toes. If your group is an international group and you've got people joining from all over the world, get yourself admins that are in different countries so that they can be administering the posts and things while you're sleeping, because it becomes really difficult for you to administer 24/7 on groups. And groups can get out of hand. So make sure that you do admin the groups correctly. Thomas has given me another little message on here. And he said brilliant. So that's cool. He's now an admin and he's absolutely brilliant there. All right. So when you are in the group as an admin, your role primarily is to make sure that the group adheres to whatever your rules are. So if you say you can post whatever you like here, you can do whatever you like, well, you know, there's not a lot of administration happening. The problem with that is if you're creating a group that is specifically for a purpose, you've got to make sure that that group conforms to that purpose. Otherwise, what is the point of creating a group? Now, some pros and cons for groups. So a few little things that you might want to think about when you're creating a group. If, for example, you're looking for a way of gathering information for your business, a group is an absolutely fabulous way of gathering information, especially as you grow the group. You don't have to be an admin of a group to get lots of good information from a group. You can go and join groups where you see quite a lot of members, and you can go and see what's been posted there and get inspiration for whatever you're working on. That inspiration can be for a book that you're writing, for posts for your Facebook business page, for articles, blogs, anything like that. Just be sure if you are in groups and you're asking questions and you want to gauge and do research in groups and you want to gauge information, just be sure that you're telling the group what it's for if you are in other groups. So this is an absolutely brilliant way for you to really gather information for anything that you're going to be doing in the future. So depending on what it is that you do in your business will depend on what you create your group for. I'm going to go back to the members here because this is something that people don't take advantage of. Have a look at my profile and you're going to see that I've got quite a lot of keywords in here for the profile. Jan's asked to join and we're going to go and have a look and let her join now. Hi, Jan. So, Lynn, you've got a little bit over here. Sabine, you've got a little bit over here. Thomas, you haven't got a lot over here. When you are creating your personal Facebook page, make sure that you put some information over here. It really stands out when people are looking at you as a member. So if people are looking for a particular member to help them with something, this is an easy way for them to see it. So add keywords, add as many as you can, so that people can, you really do stand out. You can see that you really do stand out. And also your profile picture, make sure that it is a picture that people can see who you are. That's a lovely photo, Sabine. So people can see who you are. They can see a lovely little face when they come to these things. Lynn, that's a beautiful photo. But for profile, I'd say to you, certainly get your face up there. Get people to know who you are. It creates the rapport and the relationship. Same with you, Thomas. And I heard that somebody sent you a beautiful photo for your profile. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the front page. So just showing you at the top here, you're always going to go back to the front page of a group over here. Always. And this is where you'll always see what's happening in your group. Okay. So your main role, as I said, as an admin, is to monitor the group and make sure they're abiding by whatever the rules you are, and make sure that the posts coming in are specific to whatever it is that you have put up. And it's your prerogative to make choices. Now, as an admin, if somebody is getting out of hand or hey, Jan, let me just approve you here quickly. So Jan's in the group now. And you'll see that the group is growing at the moment. It's got 4 members, and I'm really, really sorry that Stephen and my lovely friend, it's slipping my mind at the moment, aren't in the group. But definitely for the group, if somebody is posting a lot of rubbish over here, make sure that you delete and remove them, or you can just delete the post. If there's spamming going on your wall, so I'm a little bit harsh with spamming, and I'm harsh because people that tend to spam, and they tend to spam about social media, I have absolutely zero tolerance for them. And the reason for that is anybody that is in the social media field should know that they have to come to a group and actually read what the rules are. And that's the reason why I put them in the cover as well. So if anybody comes and absolutely spams on the wall, my rule as an admin is I actually remove and ban them straight away. They have no right to come back to the group. I won't tolerate them back in the group. And I know that sounds really, really awful, but I promise you that spammers or people that are spamming on walls generally that is their modus operandi. That's what they do all the time. If you're going to have a look at their profiles, you'll see that they've joined hundreds and hundreds of groups, and their pure focus is to take one post and just spam, 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 spam. That's all they do. They've got one or two posts, and they just copy and spam it. It is the most frustrating thing that you could possibly have on your page. If you allow it, your members are going to get upset with you, and you are definitely going to have people just doing it. So they will do it. So don't allow spamming on your wall. Okay, so for the people that are in this group at the moment, I'm just going to give you some ideas of groups that you can create. So there are people in health in this group, mental health. You can create groups around whatever you can create separate groups around different mental health issues. So depression, anxiety, anything like that. And really create them so that your purpose here to create a group is to help people and to be able to have a place where you can gather information. But your first purpose is to help people. That's why you create a group. There are people in this group that are in rental businesses and things like that. What you can do is create a group that says something like what to know about rentals. Now, you can even create the group and say what to know about rentals in New Zealand, or what to know about rentals in Australia. And you can have the group, and you might have to kick off that kind of a group with giving information. And the giving information could be something like, do you know what the rental laws are? Do you know what this clause in an agreement is? Have any of you come across this? I'd actually create a group that says helping people that rent in New Zealand, or helping people that rent in Australia. We've got people in this group that are in coaching and love relationships and things like that. Definitely pop up a group that says, do you have something about, do you have problems with your love life, or love life issues, or anything like that? And I would suspect that the main reason, again, is helping, and then coming back in and, gathering information for your next book, or gathering information for blogs and things like that. Please, 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 if you are gathering information for blogging and things like that, make sure you change the information. Don't use people's names. It's a privacy issue. Use it as a general overview for helping you to do whatever you need to do. Right, I'm going to stop at the moment because I've covered the creating the group, and it's really simple to create a group. And I've covered a bit about admin. While we are in this actual group page, and you have any questions at this moment in time, no, I'm actually going to go back to the Hangout, because there are people that are not in the group page. So just popping over, I have people asking me what time does the webinar actually start. It has started. Okay. Okay, so okay. Right. Right. You know what, guys? I've got some people going, have you actually started? And I'm assuming that you are seeing everything in the start. Can you just please let me know that you've followed me so far? So in the chat box, and I can see what you're saying over here, can you just say, yes, I'm following you and we can see everything? If you don't mind. Okay. We go, chat, I'm bringing you, oh gosh. Hi, everyone. I'm back here again. Okay, so I'd love for all of you to send a request to join the group again. And I think it's going to be easier if we have a little chat in the actual group itself. So pop in a request for me if you're on the training and ask to join the group, and then we can keep it in that actual group page. And I'm going to go back now online and I'll watch all the questions coming through on the group page. So send me a request. Here we go. Okay. And I'll wait for some of the requests coming through here. If you have any questions and you're already a member of the group, please ask me a question within the group and I will happily help you with that question. All right, moving on. As a member of the group or an admin of the group, there's so many things that you can do within a Facebook group. So you can have a look over here and you can see who the members are, and they are popping up over here. And please, as I said, even the guys that I said you couldn't join, you're welcome to come back and join this group. And you'll see that can you see the address over here has changed? So you can look for Women in Business, one as the address, and you're welcome to pop back in and ask to join the group again. I didn't block you, so you should be able to find the group and you should be able to ask to join. Right, so that is members of the group. Now, within a group, you can create events. And for those of you that have created Facebook events or on your page, or you've created events on created events on a business page or a personal Facebook page, this is exactly the same. And I'm getting people here asking me to join, so let me just get them in so that they can ask the questions. And okay, so can I remind you where to keyword the profile? The keywording of the profile is all in here, Sabine. So it's all in the about section. That's where you'll keyword the profile. There's Wilna. Hi, Wilna. Okay, so that's where you're keywording the profile. It's all in the about section. Now, if we go into events, you'll create an event. This is one of the most underused things in groups, and it's one of the most dynamic things in groups. So, David, I'm popping you back on again. And Stephen, if you are here, just pop yourself back in again. So in events, this is, as I said, the most underused and the most dynamic thing that you can do. If you are running anything for a particular, so you've created the group for a particular group of people, you can then create a group based on that particular group of people, and you can invite people to, so automatically the people in the group will be invited to the event. So it is the same thing. You're creating the event, you'll name the event, you'll put details in, your place, etc., etc. And can you see there, it says privacy, it's only women in business. But I can change that, and I can actually invite the public, even though I have created this event in this particular group. But the reason why you create an event in a particular group is because you only do want those people in the group to be there. Now, you can create an event in a group whether you're an admin or a member of a group. So it doesn't just have to be an admin that creates events. If you're a member in a group, you can also create an event. And that's very, very powerful, guys. So use the event piece of the group. Photos works exactly the same as photos on your personal page. You can create an album, or you can add a video to your particular group. Photos sit under photos, and generally what a lot of members of groups do is, for example, there was a person in a speaking group, and they'd come back from speaking, and what they did is they started adding heaps and heaps of photos by just adding photo over here. Now, when you're in a group, unlike your Facebook page, you can't add multiple photos. So you can only add one photo at a time. Okay. And the problem with that is that people then tend to upload photo after photo after photo. That then crowds the whole of the newsfeed of that particular group. So if you are going to add photos and you really want to show something off, go to photos, create an album, and then add all the photos in the album and share the album with a group. Again, you can also upload videos. Files are, again, one of the most underutilized things in groups, but they're the most amazing, amazing area of a group, especially if you're in a secret group and you are sharing, say, project plans, or you're sharing project progress reports, or you're sharing information, etc. You can definitely upload files over here. So you can upload any files within this particular area. You can also create a document, and you can title it, and you can make it look pretty. And I can say here, information about links. And I can add in a whole lot of links over here. What's really, really great, if you're in a group, what's really great that you can add as a document is, for example, if you said we want to network with one another outside of this Facebook group, and we wanted to all link with each other on LinkedIn, we can create a little document that says LinkedIn profiles. And all of you in the group can come in here, and you can add to this actual document your profiles. Now, in saying that, anyone in the group can actually delete a document as well. So you really, really have to be very, very careful of what you're doing when you're uploading documents, etc. So always keep them handy somewhere else. Are there any questions at the moment? And if you do have any questions, sorry, just so that I can show you, that document was created over here. This is going to eventually go down in the newsfeed as I get more people writing questions and things like that. So you may not be able to find that information anymore unless you're scrolling up and down with groups. So always, if you are looking for files, that always over here, you'll always find any information of files that have been uploaded over here. And just to show you, I can go back in over here, and I can edit that document, and I can add information in. So, gosh, anything. Let's put link to page. And I would go back and add the link to the page. Okay. This is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking here of some of you that have businesses that are spread around the country. This is a really good way of keeping in touch real time, especially if everybody is on Facebook, because they will get a notification up here to tell you. Can you see over here? So because you are all in this group, these are all notifications of information that's happening in the group. See, Thomas liked the post, it's in here. Candy has commented on the, oh, that's something else over there. Candy, I know you're here, so I hope that you're asking to join the group. Right, let's go back in again. Women in business. Okay. Now, if you did want to, for example, there was information that you absolutely wanted to stay at the top of the group for a while, you would go over here and you can pin this post. Pinning a post simply means that the post will remain at the top of the page all the time, and in groups you'll see it up here as pinned post. It won't have a little banner over here like it does normally in Facebook pages, business pages. So a pinned post will just tell you that that is a pinned post. All other posts will come up below this post. Make sure that you're aware of your pinned posts and that you are changing them up from time to time. And certainly if there's quite a hot topic going on, you can pin a post of another member. Only admins can pin posts. Only admins can pin a post. The notifications, you can all turn on notifications and things like that. So everybody can do that. Any questions so far? I'm going to stop for a second. Now, would you like to have a quick little play around? And would you like to think about a group that you'd like to create? If you don't want to create the group now, don't. I wouldn't suggest that you dive into things straight away, but you can play with it and you can delete a group. Okay, now this is how you get rid of a Facebook group. The only way you can get rid of a Facebook group is if you go and delete every single member from the group, and then you take yourself out as an admin. So I can go into this group right now, and I can go on this little icon over here, and I can actually leave this group completely. Once I've left the group and I've removed every single person out of the group, Facebook automatically pick up that it's a non-active group and it will remove the group. It's the only way that you can actually remove a particular group. Okay, let's go and have a look. Sabine's posted something over here. You can see my pin post is coming up. Sabine, did you post something else? Or was that a bit of a late thing with Facebook? Okay. Oh, there we go. What does it mean to poke someone? Can this also be done in a group? No, you can't poke people in a group. It happens on Facebook personal pages. It's the bane of my existence. I don't know why people want to poke people. But poking simply means to send a notification to somebody to say poke. Only in personal pages. You can't do it in groups. The reason why you kind of send a poke is more to just let somebody know that you're there, and kind of becomes a poke, poke, poke. To be honest with you, I haven't seen poking happening for a while on Facebook, and I'm not even sure if it's there anymore. If you do see it, let me know, but I haven't seen the poke button for quite a while. So no, the object of a group is to absolutely engage, give good information, add content, help people, and then of course help each other. So if you have problems in a particular group, this is where you go, and it's a safe place for it. Should be, especially if you have closed groups and you've said things in your information over here that this is a safe place for you to come in and hang out and give information. Okay, I'm going to move on to what is your role as a particular person in a group. So if you're a member of a group, the flip side of that is, as a member of the group, your role is to abide by the rules of the group. So if they say no spamming, no affiliate links and things like that, don't put spam in the group, don't put affiliate links in the group. If they say here that you can put links to your social websites, remember what the group is about. It's about women in business to share their expertise. Don't pop up here and go, this is what I do. Say something more like, so it's engaging and you're helping somebody. You can say something like, I help women to overcome their fear in relationships, and I have a special going on at the moment, and that special is blah, blah, blah. Here's the link to the special. And you can pop that up in this particular group. You may have other groups that say you can't even share your own website or Facebook page unless it's when you're doing X, Y, Z. So really, really know and understand the actual rules and the about section of the particular group. Make absolutely sure that you do. Let's go into a few little groups, and I'm going to show you how groups can be very, very, very different, and what you just to give you some ideas of groups and what happens in them. So you can, once you're in your group page, you can add groups to your favorites. If you add them to your favorites, you get a notification up here, and they pop up on further on the side over there. Candy's asked to join. Yay. Let's add you, Candy. And I'm going to go back again. So you can add groups to your favorites. And these are actually groups that I manage, as I said. And we forget that you can add, you can have notification settings, you can edit group settings, and you can leave a group over here. If you are the only admin in the group and you leave a group, it's a problem, because it kind of becomes this floating group, and it can get out of control because there's no admin whatsoever to control that group in any way, shape, or form. You can also see over here that there is information happening in the group, so it tells you that straight away. Here's 5 pending actions, membership requests, and here's an unread post and 2 pending actions. So there's information in the groups. I just want to show you what some of these groups are used for, and it's giving you some ideas. This particular one over here is a group about small business difficulties. So if you want to, you can go in here and you can see that people come in and they will post information to help other people. This is an accountant in the group. What she does is she comes in and she posts some tax teasers in the group. And as an admin, it's your role, because she is a member of the group, it's your role to come back here and say things like, so what was the answer? If there's no answer to this post. You might post in the group as well. You'll have people that either like it and comment, etc. If you are joining a group, your role in that group is to try and be as active as possible. And that active as possible would even be as far as to, for example, if you see a post that you want more information on, and that post is generating quite a lot of conversation, but you have nothing to add into that post, you can write the words following in the post. It simply means that you yourself are now engaged in that post, you're following, and you'll get notifications about that post whenever something happens in it. So it's really good for you to just add yourself to the post, even if you don't have anything to add yourself. You don't have to engage with every single post, but certainly you should be engaging in groups. So you certainly should be coming in and helping out, giving information in groups, etc. So that's one particular group. Here's another group over here. Now, the thing is, when you start asking to join groups, the thing that I like to look at is how active is that group? And the group should be fairly active. So this particular group over here was formed because there was a social media intern group purely for interns that we were using to help out. And we made it a closed group so that people could see who the members of the group were. And that was so that the interns themselves, if they wanted to go to an employer, they could show that they were still interns in this group and check it out. But this group was purely used for setting up an event with interns, etc. And it worked extremely well with communication. Extremely, extremely well. And this group kind of has a shelf life, because that group won't carry on anymore. It's simply something that, you know, you'll get rid of eventually. And this group over here was also something that was formed. It will have a shelf life. That group will go. Let's go and show you some groups that I'm actually in, and you can have a look at some of the things that are happening here in groups. Now, this particular group here, I'd like to show you this group because this group is called Internet and Network Marketing. And this is kind of what I call a spam group. In the sense, and it's okay because this group here is public. It tells you here that it's welcome to the group. It tells you share your experience, business opportunities. It gives you all the information. You can add all your contacts, your Facebook page. You can add everything to this group, okay? And the way this is written is set up really well because you can see these links over here, information. Now, bear in mind that the person that has set up this group, all these links over here are to actual affiliate links, so to things that they're selling themselves. And if you have a look, this is, as I said, a group that I call spam. Now, I want to show you this because you'll see that very few of these 42,215 members here, 2,000 of them are new, and there's very little engagement on these posts. Can you see over here? There's no engagement. There's no engagement on these posts. So the people here know that all they come and do is just pop this stuff up and hope for the best. Hope that somebody goes and looks at it and hope that somebody can see it. Why they do this is because this goes onto their newsfeed, their actual newsfeed, because it's a public group and everybody can see it. So, and if you're engaging with a post, everybody can see it. And that's something that you've got to kind of be very aware of, because if you are engaging with public posts, be careful what you say when you engage with a post, because everybody in your newsfeed can see it. Now, if you're engaging with a closed group post, the only people that can see that post are the people in the group, and any friends of yours that are in the group will be able to see it in the group and on your timeline. Nobody else will see a post in a closed group, so you don't have to worry about that at all. I'm going to stop again, and I'm going to go back into the group itself and ask you if you have any questions. So let's go in and see if you've got any questions about the group. I'm just going to unpin this post. I'll show you how to unpin a post. I simply go to the top over here and I unpin the post, and it's now unpinned. Any questions so far? Anything that you would like to ask? Oh, Sabine, you had someone poke you this morning, so poking is still working. Yay. As I said, I don't particularly like poking. It'll ask you to poke the person back. Don't even engage in it. It really, for me, if you are going to have people on your Facebook page and things like that, engage with them. You know, go on a wall and say, how's your day, or whatever it is. Or do a post and do the @ sign and add people into your post so that they're there. They know that you're there. Siang, let me just add you in as well. There we go. Hi, Siang. Okay, are there any questions? And if you've got them, write something on the business group for women wall. And then can I ask you, do you want to have a quick go at creating a Facebook page, or are you happy to do it outside of this training? And I'm staying on the wall to grab the questions over here. So anybody? Any questions? Can somebody type something on this wall to let me know that you're all alive and that you can hear me and that you're listening? Anyone? There we go. Oh, wait, something's happened. Let's just... No, that's not for me. Okay, I'm hoping that you can see everything that's happening on this wall, and that because nobody is, oh, there we go. Thank you. All right, Sabine, I know that you guys are there because I'm getting a response from Sabine. So thank you, Sabine, for that. Appreciate it. What I'd like to do now is I'd love to show you a really, really great and quick way for you to engage in groups. So this is the way that you're engaging in groups on your PC. You can only set up a group on your PC or your Mac. It's the only place that you can set up groups and things like that. And Sabine and Lynn, okay, you all are posting here. So let me get what you're posting and let's see what you're saying. Here we go. Great. So Wilna, thank you. Okay, Lynn, you're getting the right size for the cover photo. Cover photo, it's definitely 851 across, but going down now, it's about 300. So try the 300 and that should help you. Okay, everybody's great stuff. Thanks, ladies. Appreciate that. Guys, I hope you're still on here and you're getting some good information out of it. Right. So remember, I'm just going to clarify for you the roles again. Admin of the group, your role is to absolutely control and make sure the group works according to the rules that you set up. Get another admin in the group if your group is growing too big, or if you know that you don't have enough time to be in the group all the time. And I'd almost say to you, get another admin of the group in case you happen to kick yourself out of the group. But know that whoever is another admin in the group has exactly the same rights as you. There are no other levels in a Facebook group. So there are no editors and things like that you might find on a page, which means that anybody has exactly the same rights and they can kick you off as an admin of a group. So it is having discussions and things like that. As a member of the group, your role is to make sure that you abide by the rules and to post information, to engage. So like posts, comment on posts. And as I said, even if you don't like or comment, but you really want to follow a post, just write the word following in a post. And that's great. People will know that you're following and you'll get notifications of that post. Now, let me go back here because I want to share a PowerPoint presentation with you. We're back in over here. And I'm bringing you back. Hi, guys. I'm back again. So I'm going to pull up a PowerPoint presentation because there's a really, really fantastic way for you to manage your groups and to manage them quite quickly and quite efficiently. So let me take you through that. And if you give me a second, I hope that I can pull up the PowerPoint presentation. And I know you can see me at the moment. So let's get this going here. And gosh, guys, I know you're seeing me at the moment. So I just want to pull this up for you and hopefully you can see that. And I know you can't because it's telling me you can't. So here we go. And I'm going to share. I'm sorry, I can't pull up. There we go. So you're seeing this? Okay. I'm going to go here. Just to be on the safe side, I'm sorry you can see this on the side, but to be on the safe side, I just want to take you through this. Facebook have created an app now for groups, Facebook groups. You can download them on any Androids, iPad, etc. So you can download it on your iPhone, iPad. You can download it on your Galaxy, your Samsung, whatever. So find this app in apps and download it. It's the best thing that you could possibly have. It's one of the easiest ways for you to control and maintain your groups. What's then going to happen is once you go into the app, you'll see straight away all the groups that you are linked to. And to be very, very honest with you, when I first downloaded this app, I was amazed at the amount of groups that I had been linked to. because people, as I said, just sometimes add you to a group and you don't kind of get a notification. You don't get a notification. You don't realize that you've been added to groups, or it's past you, or you're on holiday, whatever it is. So you don't really know which groups you're in. This app was absolutely brilliant for me to get a really good overview of the groups that I was in. And there were groups that I definitely didn't want to be in. So it's a great way to manage. When you open one of the groups, you'll get, not when you open one of the groups, at the bottom over here, you'll see notifications. So if you click on notifications, it will give you a notification of everything that's happening in your group. The blue button indicates that the person is online at this moment in time. So you can go and have a private chat with them, or etc. If I'm in the group itself, so if I go here and I click on that group over there, it means I get into the group and I can see exactly what I would see on the PC, I can see in the group. The nice thing with this app though is you can keep scrolling down and you can see all the comments on a particular post really, really easily. And it's great for you to comment back on a post. So really, really fantastic to do that. Sorry, Sabine, I know you've just put something in the group, so I'm just going to go see what you've posted in the group, because you may be telling me that sorry guys, I'm just stopping here to see what Sabine has posted in the group. And I'm so glad, Thomas, that you've changed your profile photo. Thank you. Let's get this group up. Sorry, I'm on my iPad at the moment and I'm looking for the group at this moment in time, so that if you've got any questions, I can answer them there as well. Woman in Business. Okay, guys, I am still here. Don't worry about that. Let's go here. Oh, can you please tell the name of the app? Okay. So Mary's asked, can I please tell the name of the app? The app is called Facebook Groups. So if you go in, you should be able to find it under Facebook Groups. And I think under Android, it's got something like Facebook Groups or something like that. But if you type in Facebook Group app, you'll find it. And it looks like this. So I'll show you again. It looks like over there, that on iPhone and iPad. It looks a little bit different, I think, on the Samsung. But you'll find it. You'll see the app. Okay, going through this over here. So I can get notifications. I can see what's in the group. Now, the nicest thing about this app, and what I really, really love about it, is you can get rid of groups very, very quickly. So if you double click on the button down at the bottom of your iPad or your iPhone or your Galaxy, it'll bring up these little dots over here. And if you click on those dots, this notification comes up. So you can take one of the groups and add it to your home screen. Especially if you're an admin of a group, you can add them all to your home screen. You can turn off notifications of a group. You can leave a group over here, or you obviously can cancel. I left many of the groups that I was in over here. And some groups that were completely inactive, that I'd been made admin of, there was nothing happening with them, I left them. So you can leave a group on this app really, really quickly. It's absolutely amazing. I love the app. And I love the app for engagement, and I love the app that I've got one place that I can go to. I don't have to be in Facebook itself. I've got the app and I can go in there and I can just interact in my groups and see everything that's happening in my groups. Are there any other questions that you have about the app? I still have way too many groups that I'm involved in. There are no limits to groups that you have to be, or that you can be involved in. The thing is, it does take time, and I certainly would join groups that are going to benefit me. So if I look at my business and I join groups that are particular to my business, but I create groups that help other people. And that's the way that you want to have a look at creating groups or joining groups, etc. Again, for those of you that have got businesses and you're split around the country, brilliant way for you to keep in contact. And this app will show you all your groups, including your secret groups. And remember, only you can see them. So you can have some great conversations. You'll get notifications. It's absolutely brilliant. It saves a heap of time, a heap of time. Are there any other questions? I'm waiting to see if you've got any other questions before I move back and go back into the Hangout. So I'm coming back in again. Hi guys, I'm back. If there's anything else that you'd like to know about Facebook groups and I haven't answered the questions for you, then please just email me and ask me the question. You should be able to email through the link that you got, but if you can't, just email me at juanita@theonlineacademy.co.nz. And I'm happy to help you with that. I'd like to know from you, would you like to have a group set up specifically for this particular, for you guys to ask questions on any Facebook related information? Or do you think it's not worth it? And I'm asking you because it's another group, and only for me, Facebook groups are pretty straightforward. They the training obviously is free. It's pretty straightforward, and hopefully you'll go out there and really engage in the groups that you're in at the moment. And if you're an admin of a group, really go in and try and administer the groups by giving information, by adding things into the group, etc. Sometimes when you create a group, it does take a little bit of a while to get off the ground. So don't be despondent if you it's actually posting in a group while you're growing the members coming through. I think with the it's easier and you'll get a lot more engagement. The more people that know about the app, because the more people will be able to engage quite quickly in a group. I set up a group that pretty much didn't have activity for about 6 months. There was like trickles of activity, and all of a sudden, over at the 6-month mark, it just seemed to float, and I suddenly started getting posting happening in the group, etc. And it took 6 months in that particular group. I would go quicker, some are slower. Don't be despondent. Just keep at it while creating a group. And again, make sure you know what your objectives of your group are and why you're setting it up. Right. It is 9:20. We said we'd go for an hour and a half. I'm not going to keep you any longer if we're finished. But before I close off, I would like to know if you have any other questions that you want to share with the group, anything that you'd like to say, please let me know. And I'm not going to close off yet until you do. I can see people are leaving, and that's great. So if you need to go and have a great time. Wherever you are in the world, enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, enjoy your afternoon. But I will just check if there are anything, and I will show you my iPad over here. So just quickly show you. I know the light is reflecting off it at the moment, so if I do that, you can see some of the posting happening. That's my group app that I've got on. Mary, thank you so much. That's a lovely comment. I appreciate that. Really appreciate the compliment. So Mary said, I'm a wealth of knowledge. Thank you, Mary. And again, anything that you need help with, please let me know. I am going to close the broadcast. Thank you so much for attending. Lovely to have you all on and ask the questions. See you guys. Bye.